anyway, before we get back into this stuff, there was one other thing I wanted to cover, and that is, of course, my favorite enemy. My favorite enemy, my favorite op, Jonathan Greenblatt, ladies and gentlemen. Jonathan Greenblatt is, once again, I don't know what kind of conference he's doing, but he's doing some shady backdoor conference, complaining about, people hating Israel once again, right? Oh, this is the longer one. Oh, damn, Tucker Carlson. Is he coming to my defense? That's crazy. ADL CEO Jonathan Greenblatt, while speaking before an LA synagogue, suggests he's helping people behind the scenes to take down Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson, and Hasan Piker. I need people on the right to take down Tucker, so I'm trying to help Ted Cruz, Greenblatt reveals. I need people on the right to take down Nick Fuentes, so I'm trying to help people like Ben Shapiro. He says he's doing the same thing on the left.
Jonathan, can you comment on Nick Fuentes, and what do you actually do that effectively can counter what he does?
That's a South African, isn't it? Is that a South African man in a Los Angeles synagogue? Wow. Shocking turn of events. I see the ADL is back to its old ways in some ways. It hasn't changed at all. No, that's not a fresh immigrant, I don't think. I don't think that's a fresh immigrant, okay?
And what are your expectations of the government to be critical of a person that has that kind of platform?
So for everyone's benefit, the question was, can I comment on Nick Fuentes and what he does, and what are you doing to counter him, and what's the government's role?
By the way, his second name is Joseph, a good Jewish name.
Nick Fuentes' second name is Joseph?
Yes.
Look, his last name is Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is a Hispanic person, okay? And he is an open, unapologetic, racist, homophobe, and more than anything, an anti-Semite. He's a toxic, disgusting person, and yet, thanks to X and social media.
Who brought him back on X? Jonathan, who brought him back on X? Yeah, he also calls it X. Gross. Did you see Canada's APAC wants to bar you from the country? Yeah, I saw that. Who unbanned him, Jonathan? Say it with your chest, big dog. You were defending him not that long ago when he was throwing up the double sig Heil, as a matter of fact. When you said he was just a quirked up white boy. Remember? Remember the guy that you hang out with all the fucking time? The guy you hang out with all the fucking time, he is the one who unbanned him.
He's been incredibly effective at getting his message out there. I mean, social media is a super spreader of anti-Semitism and hate. And people like Nick Fuentes, they're like patient zero spreading.
Hell
this.
yeah, 51
Look,
likes.
it didn't help us when candidate, whatever you'd call him, former President Trump had him over for dinner, like at Mar-a-Lago a few years ago. And it doesn't help us that when given the opportunity, people in positions of power don't renounce this guy. Now, look, to his credit, J.D. Vance has done that. But we have this challenge right now on the right, and it's like a good thing because there are bad voices who've been elevated. Like, look, Nick Fuentes is disgusting. Tucker Carlson is disgusting. Candace Owens is disgusting, and so on. But there have been good people like Ted Cruz and Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin who are pushing back on these, Speaker Johnson, pushing back on these revolting lunatics. So to answer the question, I think the only way we are going to defeat the rising anti-Semitism on the right is from the right. I think the only way we're going to defeat the rising anti-Zionism on the left.
Wow. Notice he doesn't say rising anti-Semitism on the left, and it switches gears to anti-Zionism. For this crowd, of course, there's no difference between anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism. As a matter of fact, anti-Zionism is even worse than anti-Semitism in many cases, right?
Is by people on the left. So what I try to do at ADL, what we try to do is to provide data, is to provide tools, is to step up, but often quietly behind the scenes. It doesn't help. I don't think it helps the Jewish people, and it doesn't disarm them.
Yeah, you know what helps the Jewish people? When you, as a representative of combating anti-Semitism, run around talking about how you, as a Jewish person, as a Jewish representative, associate all of the crimes of Israel with Jews, and then say, as a representative of the Jews here in the United States of America, I am controlling the media in secret backroom dealings. I'm sure this will not foment anti-Semitism. Motherfucker, in an effort to combat anti-Semitism, he's basically just literally making people more anti-Semitic. He's just running around being like, hey guys, just want to let you know, I am controlling the media. Obviously, the very fact that I have not been banned yet is a testament to how little motion he has. Little bald man over here, but yeah, we're trope maxing. We're doing tropes. Yeah. The reason why he's doing it quietly behind the scenes is because it's not working. Because he's not just doing it quietly behind the scenes, he's doing it very publicly as well.
When I go after Nick Fuentes or Hasan Piker, a revolting person, you should call him Hamas Piker.
No! No! Oh, got him! Oh, we got to run that back. Look. This is the part that I saw where he like briefly brings up Nick Fuentes and then has so much more to say about me.
And it doesn't disarm them. When I go after Nick Fuentes or Hasan Piker, a revolting person, you should call him Hamas Piker. He's here in LA, and he's just a putrid, says horrible, slanderous things about Jews, about Zion.
Hamas Piker. Putrid. I hate him. I hate him so much. Oh, bro, this is my J. Jonah Jameson, dude. Why I oughta get me pictures of Spider-Man. Oh, I wonder who he's working with on the left, by the way. Quite the interesting situation. Who could he be working with on the left to take down Hamas Piker?
Says horrible, slanderous things about Jews, about Zionists, about Israel.
And has a big platform.
Yeah, so you might not know Hasan Piker, but if your kids are watching video games, you better believe they do. Because on Twitch and on Steam, he's everywhere, let alone on YouTube.
Steam. I'm everywhere on Steam, dude. You don't even know. Every video game has a little Hamas Piker in it, okay? Every single developer has aligned with Hamas Piker. We are doing the resistance. Mukawama, okay? This is what we are doing. Every video game has a little Hasan Piker in it.
And Insta. So anyways, long story short, we definitely are working a lot to try to get the platforms to kind of enforce their own terms of service so that we can pull down the most offensive hate speech or get them to do it. But I need people on the right to take down Tucker Carlson. So I'm trying to help Ted Cruz. I need people on the right to take down Nick Fuentes. So I'm trying to help people like Ben, and same thing on the left.
I do just want to say, when I talked in the sermon about the nuance of every human being and how we're all children, I didn't mean Nick Fuentes.
At least he doesn't have smoke for me. At least he's like, yeah, fuck Nick Fuentes. Jonathan, on the other hand, is like, no, Hasan, Hamas Piker. Yeah, so everybody has been fucking clowning on this dipshit on the timeline. Great. The ADL found the 500,000 Hasan-centered Max Payne clones I listed for sale on Steam. Carl Biger says he's lying. My Hasan schoolgirl skin for Isekai Succubus isn't even allowed on Steam Workshop. You can only get it on Nexus mods. Just imagining Greenblatt in a dream sequence levels, but instead of the crying baby, is Hasan saying truthful things about Israel. Truthful but hurtful. Yeah. It's so awesome. It's so awesome, dude. I mean, I love it personally. Keep coping, keep fucking seething. I said, Jonathan Greenblatt is more mad at me, an avowed anti-Zionist, than Nick Fuentes, an open anti-Semite. Very interesting priorities for this asshole. And yeah. It's so funny because it's like he's just so mad. He's so mad that his fucking project is failing. He like literally the worst at his job. I cannot think of a person that is worse at his job than Jonathan Greenblatt. Because like technically his job is supposed to be, he's not lying. What is this? What the fuck is this? The Fire Rises character expansion. Oh, this is, wait, what? I guess I am all over it, dude. Mr. Beast, civilian, military, Joe Biden, Zoran Mamdani, Asmongold, Ben Shapiro, Brandon Herrera, Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, Tyler Robinson. List of current features: APA General, Hasan Piker, Luigi Mangione. Kanye West, Luigi Mangione, Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes got more mentions than me. What the hell? How to unlock characters. Even the way Hassan bin Laden, Lamau, your haters are everywhere. HasanAbi unbanned after one single day. Why? Funny how VTubers get banned for more than Hassan bin Laden. What is happening on Steam? Okay, maybe they are talking about me on Steam. I didn't realize. Yeah, Jonathan Greenblatt was watching me play Dispatch, and he did not like that I chose Blonde Blazer. He was devastated. He was actually also a Waterboy truther. Hamas Piker didn't even choose Waterboy. It was obviously the real play. Is he homophobic as well as anti-Zionist, which is the worst crime you can be? It's the worst type of bigotry you can engage in. Speaking of which, we have the Canadian CIJA, didn't know what this was. Center for Israel and Jewish Affairs is the advocacy agent of Jewish Federations of Canada, UIA, representing Jewish federations across Canada. Says, controversial U.S.-based streamer Hasan Piker is scheduled to speak at the University of British Columbia on February 12th. He has a long-standing record of statements that justify violence, endanger public safety, amplify extremist actions, and demonize Jews and Israelis. Canada's immigration law is clear. Foreign nationals do not have an inherent right to enter Canada. We're calling on the government of Canada to review this matter and act decisively. Okay? Head to actionhub.ca to urge Vancouver-based local MPs ensure authorities do not allow individuals to promote dangerous rhetoric and platform Canadian-listed terrorist entities into our country. He must be stopped before it's too late. And this is Avi Lewis, who is running for, I think, NDP leadership right now. And if I'm not mistaken, maybe the husband of famous professor, been on the stream already for a brief moment, Naomi Klein. She was at the Zoran Mamdani. Election night victory party. We talked briefly, if you recall. But yes, I will be at University of British Columbia. Hey, Hasan the Hun, excited to welcome you to my university. Here's a briefing we wrote on the group trying to have you barred from the country. Yes, Trumpism Canadian style. It's a thing. But yeah. That's wonderful. If I am allowed into the country, I will be at University of British Columbia. They treating you like you're Maccabi Tel Aviv coming to town. Okay, first of all, if I was actually a hooligan, Maccabi Tel Aviv, oh, they listed your crimes here. Send a message. More information. On October 29th, New York Congressman Richie Torres sent a letter to the Twitch CEO Dan Clancy to express an alarm about the amplification of anti-Semitism on Twitch in the hands of Hasan Piker. On a live stream, he said, it doesn't matter if rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me. The Palestinian resistance is not perfect. Yeah, it doesn't justify genocide, which was true. It's a true statement. He platformed a Yemeni TikTok influencer who is claimed a Houthi pirate by the name of Rashid El Haddad on his live stream. Again, none of my good crimes. During a Twitch live stream, which is no longer available, Piker said America deserved 9/11. In an undated live stream, he demonized Orthodox Jews as inbred. Not even what happened. On October 12, 2025, Piker tweeted demonizing Israel as innocent Israeli hostages were returned home. Wait, which one is that? God, I talk so much shit about Israel, I didn't even know. Oh, this. Israel is mathematically tens of thousands of times more barbaric than Hamas ever could be. This is not even in dispute. Anyone who refuses to see this is blind. It's true. Literally, when you don't have an argument and you want to defend your favorite fucking genocidal ethno state, you just go, oh, anti-Semitism. Why I oughta. Please stop spamming Sasha Riley, okay? I'm not going to get to that right now. Yeah, my bad tweet is one that they just have no fucking answer for. What is this, Kick Clips? Why am I clicking on a Kick Clips link? What the fuck is wrong with me? All right, where's the website? Wait, did I accidentally click out of the website? Where the fuck did the website go? Hold on, I'll find it. I'll open it again. Wait, no. Can you send me the link again? Where did I can't. Control-Shift-T is not working, which means the website is still open somewhere, right? I lost the motherfucking tab. I don't know how. Oh, it's because I clicked through. Got it. One of my favorite things that these guys also end up doing on accident is they post like sexy photos of me to be like, look at this dangerous man. We cannot let this dangerous man on campus. And it's like, it's just like a hot photo of me. I always, they should have posted like when they did the handsome face of terror apologia. That's why it's my favorite fucking article that's ever been written about, my commentary. Hasan Piker's rhetoric is incompatible with Canadian values and raises serious public safety concerns, especially amid the surge of anti-Semitism we've seen across social media platforms on our university campuses on the streets of Vancouver. How old are you? How old do you think I am? Their community win section. Wait. IRGC listed as a terrorist group. Toronto International Film Festival. Hizb ut Tahrir canceled is a terrorist organization. Safe access zones for Toronto. Confronting the Iranian threat. None of these seem like big W's, I don't think. Kneecap ineligible to enter Canada. I think they're just like taking ownership over shit that's happened. Yeah, it was like a rogue MP that decided to do that, right? Straight up propaganda media. I mean, this isn't even media. This is like what is this? The watermelon seller Emperor Sardukar from the age of 6. They are trained in the ways of watermelon merchant warfare. In order to even feed themselves, they must outwit and maneuver Turkey's top ice cream tricksters who hold dominion over all their food. He deleted the post in shame. Good. How dare you speak out against the Turkish Sardukar. Tehranto? Please get it right. Tehranto? Are you going to meet Northern Lion? Is Northern Lion in that part of Canada? Is he around British Columbia? Because if he is, I 100% will link up. Oh, 100p. Yeah, I'll link up with him. Oh, I would love to link up with him. That'd be sick. Vancouver sold out. Rachel Maddow a week before, not sold out. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Sold out arenas. You already know what it is. You are a brand risk. He don't know you, little bro. No, I'm gonna hit him up right now, actually, and see if we can link up and build. Link up and bald. When are you having that family podcast on? Oh, the podcasters that talk to their hog mom and dad. I'm not just having them on. I'm having their parents on as well. We're going to be calling in from the studio to have a conversation with them, and that's going to happen next week. That will take place next week, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's continue. Are you going to meet up with Trainwrecks too? Isn't he in Vancouver now? Probably not. All right. Where were we? So I talked about the imminent threat that I present to the great, glorious nation of Canada with my virulent anti-Zionism. Big threat, big danger, very scary stuff, guys. Israel is fucking gross and awful. And obviously, that's the worst thing you can possibly say. It's the most anti-Semitic thing you can possibly think. You should not think it. Am Israel Chai. Am Israel Chai all the way. Mahmoud Khalil, the decision to free Mahmoud Khalil has been reversed by a federal appeals court.
Breaking news, a federal appeals court has reversed a decision that freed Mahmoud Khalil, the former Columbia University student and activist. Khalil, a green card holder, was a leader of the pro-Palestinian movement at the university. Immigration agents arrested him in March on charges that he aligned with Hamas. Khalil denied it. He was detained for 3 months before a New Jersey judge ordered him released. Well, now the appeals court has ruled the judge did not have jurisdiction to do so. That could allow the government to detain Khalil again. He released a statement saying the ruling is disappointing, but he will continue to fight.
Rising tensions.
It's fucking insane, dude. Zoran had a statement on it. I retweeted it. Last year's arrest of Mahmoud Khalil was more than just a chilling act of political repression. It was an attack on all of our constitutional rights. Now, as a crackdown on pro-Palestinian free speech continues, Mahmoud is being threatened with rearrest. Mahmoud is free and must remain free. Yeah, they're not going to let it go. The government is still trying to make a active battle out of this because, as I've said over and over again, this is the number one Israel dick-eating government of all time. Literally, we cannot, we basically gag ourselves on Israeli penis. This government is just choking on it on a daily basis, fighting one another to be the first to suck it. It's disgusting. And of course, the secretary, Marco Rubio, for the fake news peddling misinformation about the appellate ruling for Mahmoud Khalil. Here is our stance in simple terms. If you sympathize with terrorists, your presence is contrary to the national and foreign policy interests of the United States. You are not welcome here. Fake news. Yeah, we have the most insatiable appetite for gagging on Israel to the best of our ability. It's like, please, sir, can I have some more? I will choke if my lungs are not filled with Israel. It's not even just the Israel stuff, though, right? Aren't they still going after Kilmar Brega Garcia? The government simply can't accept that they're wrong? Yes. If you have a green card, you must support Israel to stay here is the point here. But basically, listen, this is not even just about Israel, as I brought up in the Mahmoud Khalil situation, and many people didn't understand it. Just like the ICE stuff is not just about, is never really about like apprehending criminal migrants or whatever. Okay? This is just the entry point. You're opening the door to violating people's First Amendment rights. This is the way that this administration under Project Esther, which is a subsection of Project 2025, have decided is how they're going to go about destroying constitutionally protected freedom of speech. They just know, they know that the best possible way to tackle it is the only avenue where there is a tremendous amount of influence, which is anti-Semitism. Okay? Anti-Semitism is bipartisan. People attacking those who criticize Israel as anti-Semites is a bipartisan position. This is precisely the reason why 3,500 college campus student protesters were arrested for daring to maintain the now popular position on Israel's genocide. Okay? Like Secretary of State Marco Rubio said, Mahmoud Khalil's detention and potential deportation are not about free speech, adding that his visa would have not been approved had officials known he would organize Gaza war protests. You understand that this is ridiculous, right? You can't do a post hoc rationalization to deny someone a green card. What's next? Denaturalization? What if Mahmoud Khalil had not organized Gaza protests after he became a naturalized U.S. citizen? Do you take away his citizenship? All of it is illegal, for the record. What Marco Rubio is saying here is illegal. Make no fucking mistake. Yeah, I mean, we already know. Pretty close to confirmation that Israelis are spying on college campuses and sending that information to members of Congress. Yes. Black Nest, inside Canary Mission secret web of unlisted sites. One Canary Mission affiliated website, Black Nest, reveals the group's internal operations, plans to expand, and how they celebrate deportations and firings. Fact and evidence-based profiles attack the messenger, not the message. Anonymity as a tool to scare the enemy, providing real consequences for anti-Semitism and anti-Israel activism. Data-driven expertise in North American anti-Semitism. Impact-driven, we change the behavior of the enemy. Bottom-up approach, using individuals to take down orgs. We are the adult in the room. When an Egyptian writer wrote for The Nation about having to flee the U.S. after the arrest of Mahmoud Khalil, Canary Mission celebrated their high-impact role in his self-deportation and internal trackers. This is after 100 gigs of data from unlisted websites was found. These websites are associated with Canary Mission, which revealed their internal workings. DropSite documented this, which revealed their internal workings, employees, and an internal website called Black Nest, where the group celebrated its impact arrests and deportations. Black Nest is just one of the names of several unlisted websites and content management systems used by Canary Mission, whose doxing operation is run out of Israel and is used by the highest levels of the Trump administration. This is a Mossad operation, okay? This is an Israeli operation that operates on U.S. soil with no scrutiny whatsoever, and we saw them deploy the doxing vans in the immediate aftermath of October 7, if you recall. Greenblatt says he has 40 full-time employees spying on DSA et al. And forwarding it to the FBI.
We measure and track. Number two, we monitor and disrupt. We have a whole apparatus. I have 40 analysts working.
Like, this is a spy, okay? I need you to understand. This is a spy for Israel. It doesn't matter that he's an American citizen. He is a fucking spy for Israel. Spying on American citizens. And this is what the ADL used to do back in the day as well. It's not even new. This is like old shit. The ADL in the 90s were spying on American citizens for the apartheid state of South Africa. And it's the same with the Canary Mission as well. Just since no one is noticing this, we also confirmed an employee of Israeli nonprofit Megamot Shalom employee works on Canary Mission. More confirmation that it's operated in Israel by Israelis. Okay? It is one of the craziest fucking things that is happening in real time. I know he called me Hamas Piker. I know. I saw that. Jonathan Greenblatt is an agent of Israel. Canary Mission also is an agent of Israel. They literally operate inside of the American boundaries to get American citizens and American immigrants that have green cards, that have that are on the process of getting their citizenship deported before it gets there for the crime of maintaining the popular position. Maintaining the popular position on Israel. It's fucking crazy. Bro, everyone is spying. Cope harder. What the fuck do you mean everyone is spying? Okay. Is the point when you find a spy, a foreign spy, what do you do to them? If he was Chinese doing this for China, what do you think would happen to him? Are you okay? How cucked can you be? Aren't you a fucking American? Aren't you America first? What are we talking about, man? Oh my God, I love America drama. Baby Jesus save us. You have a big mouth, Hasan. Please return to Turkey and try again. Why are you beefing America? America will go down in history as the greatest land ever. America the Great. This is what I don't understand with these like America first dildos too, where they're like, America's the greatest land of all time. And it's awesome. It's awesome that we let Israel spy on our citizens, Israel spy on Americans, and then fucking collaborate with the American federal law enforcement because, again, Israeli spies have their hand so far lodged up the asshole of the American law enforcement apparatus that we're making the FBI that we pay for with our taxes do the bidding of Israel. You don't have a fucking country, man. Wake up.
Working full time, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, monitoring extremists. We monitor them online, social media, messaging apps, video games, cryptocurrency, podcasts.
Yeah, Epstein was another version of this, okay?
Short form video, Wikipedia, LLMs. We monitor these people and we share the intelligence with the FBI.
Yeah, look, former U.S. Navy.
You saw last.
Yeah, former U.S. Navy sailor gets nearly 17 years in prison for spying for China. Jin Chao-wei sold technical manuals for American warships to a Chinese intelligence officer who had recruited him on social media. Okay? Yeah, if only he was Israeli. We could maybe even elevate him to a position in Congress or something. You know what I mean? If he was doing it for Israel, would be fucking kissing him. Would be hugging and kissing him, being like, thank you, sir. Please. Because we were going to give the manuals ourselves to the Israeli government, but I'm glad that you took the initiative. Jonathan Pollard at least got. Yeah, Donald Trump, the ultra-Zionist, biggest dick eater of Israel, literally shipped off Jonathan Pollard in Sheldon Adelson's private jet. He was treated like a fucking hero in Israel. If that's not a flex on America and every single American, I don't know what to tell you. That's why it's so funny when these dumb motherfuckers constantly talk about these dumb motherfuckers constantly talk about how much they love America, how America first they are. This is Israel first, bitch. Wake up. You are a dog to Israel, okay? Every single one of you. Every single one of you that doesn't recognize that you are a fucking servile little dog to Israel, and many people in Congress are too. Anyone that doesn't want to rip apart this institution piece by piece is a fucking dog to Israel.
Last month, you heard about the thing that happened at Wilshire Boulevard Temple. Our analysts investigated what happened. They said they were Korea.
Oh, they're spying on the DSA. It's fine. We hate those fucking commies, right?
Town for Palestine.
No, you don't hate those commies. You hate America.
This group of people. They weren't. We were able to ascertain they were from a group called the Turtle Island Liberation Front. Turtle Island is how like left-wing activists refer to the United States. They don't call it America. They call it Turtle Island, like the Iranians call it, the the Zionist entity, right? They only call by its name. The Turtle Island Liberation Front, we gave them a whole dossier. What is
Wait,
Turtle
so that fucking fake ass bullshit, the Turtle Island Liberation Front fake ass nonsense was actually their doing? That's awesome. That's fucking awesome, dude. That's what the ADL is doing. Remember that group that they caught that was going to do terrorism on New Year's Eve or whatever?
Turtle Island Liberation Front? What are their ideas, their goals? Who are they? We identified the people who were in the synagogue. This was on Wednesday, December the 10th. On Monday, December the 15th. This is going to ring a bell.
They were making pipe bombs in the desert. They were making pipe bombs in the desert with a fucking federal agent, dude. The fuck out of here.
Kash Patel announced they cracked a terror ring where they arrested 4 people who were planning New Year's Eve bombings. Turtle Island Liberation Front. At least one of the people I know for certain was in the building at Wilshire Boulevard Temple, vandalizing it and disrupting the event. So we're monitoring left-wing radicals like the DSA and the anti-war crazies and the pro-Palestine
The anti-war crazies.
We're monitoring right-wing extremists like white supremacists, armed militia groups. We're monitoring political Islamists and Christian nationalists, all of them.
I want to remind people that the ADL was caught spying on American citizens on U.S. soil in collaboration with apartheid South Africa. They were spying on Jewish anti-apartheid protesters as well as black anti-apartheid protesters and trade unionists and student organizations. They were caught, and I believe they had to pay, I think they were fined for it or something. I don't know. This is a real thing. New details, extensive ADL spy operation emerge. Inquiry. Transcripts reveal nearly 40 years of espionage by a man who infiltrated political groups. His codename at the prominent Jewish organization was Cal, and he was so successful at infiltrating political groups that he was once chosen to head an Arab American delegation that visited Representative Nancy Pelosi in her Washington, D.C. office. For a time, Cal tapped into the phone message system of the white Aryan resistance to learn of their hate crimes. From police sources, he obtained privileged personal information on at least 1,394 people. Again, an Israeli spy. And he met surreptitiously with agents of the South African government to trade his knowledge for crisp new $100 bills. These are among the secrets that Bullock and David Gervitz, a former Los Angeles-based operative, divulged in extensive interviews with the police and the FBI in a growing scandal over the nationwide intelligence network operated by the Anti-Defamation League. Officials for the Anti-Defamation League, while denying any improper activity, have said that they will cooperate with the investigation. They have refused to discuss Bullock and Gervitz. Transcripts of the interviews, among nearly 700 pages of documents released by San Francisco prosecutors last week, offer new details on the private spy operation that authorities allege crossed the line into illegal territory. In 1993, they were getting punished for it. Now, Jonathan Greenblatt, the current leader of the ADL, is openly talking about how he's doing this on U.S. soil. Will there be any pushback? Fuck no, of course not. Of course there won't be any fucking pushback. Get the fuck out. I knew they were bad, but not this bad. Fuck. Yeah, no, they are this bad. And they've been this bad. This is one of the reasons as to why Jonathan Greenblatt fucking hates me, because I called ADL the Apartheid Defense League. Yeah. No.
And then we train. We're the largest trainer of law enforcement.
Someone came up to me after services and said, I really want to ask him a question, but I can't be there. So I said, okay, give me the question, I'll ask. Here is the question. The question is, it used to be when Nazis were marching that Jews would show up with clubs and get into fights. He says, now I know we can't do that anymore, but has the ADL ever considered hiring people to countermarch, especially people of different ethnicities, so that because social media and publicity are so important, people won't see marches unopposed? So I have now asked.
So I think it's an interesting question. I think that we have to do, like to quote Wayne Gretzky, is not go where the puck is, but where it's going. And this has been a big lesson really since 10/7 in part. So I can tell you, we have taken resources and redistributed it really towards the LLMs, towards generative AI. Folks, I got to tell you, how many of you used ChatGPT in the last week? Raise your hand. Folks, I'm going to come back here in a year and you all need to raise your hand. ChatGPT is ground truth for the vast hundreds of millions of people. It has over 1 billion users. It's been around for like 2.5 years. So like marching in the streets is one thing we could do, but what I would rather do and where I'm investing is building the technology to train the LLMs more effectively and working with OpenAI, with Alphabet, with Anthropic, with Meta, with Microsoft. We are working with them now to train the LLMs. Heck, we're in conversations with Alibaba to train their LLM because the Chinese AI models are profound and potent and they're much more cost effective and they're spreading. So marching in the streets is certainly one thing we could do, and I get why that matters. But what I need to do is go where the puck is going. So we are investing in Wikipedia, LLMs, and trying to change the game before it changes us.
Trope maxing. He's making Israel GPT real.
Deborah asked a question, wouldn't it be more powerful to say Jew hatred than anti-Semitism? Well, one thing I should just say is, again, protect, advocate, educate. We have centers of excellence at ADL, our Center on Extremism. We also have a Center on Anti-Semitism Research. Our Center on Anti-Semitism Research is run by a Stanford PhD. He's actually observant. We have several PhDs on staff. We have a network of academics and scholars we work with around the country. So we've done the research. We've literally done the research. And we're running everything all the time from focus groups to attitudinal surveys to like randomized controlled trials to identify what interventions work most effectively. And we've tested this. And the funny thing is, doesn't matter. The term Jew hatred we find in our research, when you say end Jew hatred, Gentiles think you're talking about the hatred of Jewish people. You understand that? As if we were the ones hating. Deborah asked a question, wouldn't it be more powerful to say Jew hatred than anti-Semitism?
Wait, what? Oh my God. Are you serious? ADL research suggests that when you say end Jew hatred, Americans by and large assume it's the Jewish people that are doing the hatred. Oh my God.